This week on TIAA Bank Jaguars Weekend. After a heartbreaking loss to the Steelers, the Jaguars are back on the road hoping to end a 6-game losing streak.
Right now, we're just trying to get this thing going to where we can win the game and be consistent.
Up next is a trip to Buffalo to face a Bills team with a rookie quarterback. We're in the film room with Doug Marrone for a preview. Plus,
yeah.
I play football.
You play football too? What position?
Jalen Ramsey is giving back for the holidays. All that and more ahead on TIAA Bank Jaguars Weekend.
This is TIAA Bank Jaguars Weekend. TIAA Bank, created to serve, built to perform.
One way or the other for a coach, I've grown up in this business. It doesn't matter what you do, that question mark's always going to be there. There's going to be some people that like you, some people that don't. I'm here working with those guys, doing everything I can to put them in great position, and as long as I do that, I'm good.
6 losses in a row isn't a comfortable spot to be in if you're a coach or a player in this locker room. Hello and welcome to TIAA Bank Jaguars Weekend. I'm Ashlyn Sullivan. It was a roller coaster of an afternoon when the Steelers came to town. A 10-point lead at the start of the fourth quarter wasn't enough to keep the terrible towels from waving. The only way to get past that disheartening loss is to get a win in Buffalo. But that is easier said than done. The Jaguars cannot overlook their opponent this week.
The Jaguars haven't won a game since the last week of September. There's no question, the locker room is frustrated. When your name is on an NFL roster, everyone is to blame when losing, and everyone wants to get it right.
We're all trying to find answers. We're all trying to fix things to win. We're all trying to do what's best for the team because we all have our signature on this. So I don't think my frustration is any different than anybody else's.
This team has been trying to simplify things the past few weeks. 6 losses in a row changes the narrative of the season. But some see the next 6 weeks as an opportunity to change the atmosphere in the building.
We hit adversity, and a lot of people want to turn and make a different narrative, but just want to continue to come out and play and do what we are supposed to do.
These next 2 months will tell us a lot about this team. Doug Marrone has preached the importance of being a pro. The season isn't over yet for quarterback Blake Bortles.
I think it's a challenge, for me, I think for everybody individually and for us as a team and a unit. And, I got all the confidence in the world that we can fight through this thing together and come out the other side.
Joined now by Brian Sexton and John Oehser up here at Leslie's Pools. Guys, let's start off talking about the atmosphere in the locker room this week. After the Steelers' loss, it wasn't great. A lot of guys didn't really know what to say about the loss and where to go from here.
Well, and I think that sort of stays the same. It's 6 weeks to go. The playoffs are realistically out of the question. It's up to the coaches to sort of set the tone. It's up to the players to prepare as best they can and be as emotionally ready. I think emotions are going to be a problem the rest of the season. You thought the season was going to be different. I got the same feeling you did, Ashlyn. After the game Sunday, trying to look for answers that really just aren't there, that's the task.
Well, it felt tense, not between the players, but between the media and the players, because what is there to say? It's the same stuff week after week. They've lost big, they've lost close. They lost when the offense fumbled the ball, they lost when the defense didn't make the stop at the end of the game. You can ask about everything, and that's until that changes. If it changes on Sunday in Buffalo, next week will feel completely different because at least then the questions change.
This is what season-ending losing streaks do.
Yep.
Right. The last 3 games have been winnable games. It's come down to either the defense not performing well enough or the offense not performing well. This team hasn't played as a complete unit yet, and I think that's why this losing streak is still continuing.
There's no doubt that this team goes up in one area and down in another area from week to week. And last week, it seemed like they were closer. The first half, it felt like a win, right? They controlled it. And they've taken turns having mistakes. And you get a Buffalo team that is building for the future. This should be a week that you can go in and play consistently on both sides of the ball and on special teams.
Well, that's what struggling teams do. When seasons end, they end like that. They had a really bad streak for 3 games where they couldn't even come close. They've rallied, they've fought, and they're not good enough to win. So all the fighting comes down to you lose close games at the end when you have a chance and you just can't close it out. I'm not sure what the answer is. I'm not sure that it, even if you play a complete game and beat Buffalo, what it means going forward. But that's what it's going to take, a complete effort that they haven't shown in, since the end of September.
John, you mentioned realistically the playoffs are out of the picture, but Calais Campbell said in the locker room after the Steelers, if we win these next 6 games, it can still happen. He still has belief. What is this team playing for right now,
that's
though?
That's that final string that you just want to hold on to. And he's a pro. It's what you have to hold on to because what else is there except belief right now? It's playing for pride and professionalism. And those are the two words that you don't want to hear because it means your season's over, but that's where they're at right now.
They're playing to win. I mean, this game is about wins. They pay your salary to win bowl games, and they know that. Whether they're here next year or somewhere else, they understand that they're going to be judged on the record. So they are playing to win, and Calais is right. There's a formula. If they win out and enough other things happen, but you can't focus on that because you can't control that. They have to focus on going to Buffalo and beating a team they should beat.
Yeah, a lot.
And that's why you don't play for draft position. So I'm sorry. There's no draft position involved with these coaches and players. It's still about winning at this point.
A lot would have to go your way in order to make the playoffs, that's for sure. All right, guys, thanks. There's more to come on TIAA Bank Jaguars Weekend.
The Bills are in the same boat as the Jaguars with a 3-7 record, but have a reason to be confident after putting up 41 points their last game. Jeff Loggeman is in the film room with Doug Marrone, checking out the Bills' offense. Also, we're back in the locker room for Jaguars FAQ, getting the guys ready for a chilly trip up to Buffalo. What famous sports bar food was created in Buffalo?
Chicken wings.
Before all that, we have Know Your Jags, presented by Fields Automotive Group. It's the age-old question: what's your go-to Thanksgiving side?
Favorite Thanksgiving food and why?
It's definitely got to be in the main course, the turkey with the cranberry sauce.
Stuffing with cranberry sauce.
Depends on who make it. It'll definitely be the dressing.
Mac and cheese, because I'm a big fan of mac and cheese. Probably it is my favorite food, so I would choose that during Thanksgiving.
Let's go with macaroni and cheese. No, let's go back to turkey. Let's go turkey. You can't mess up turkey. You can mess up some mac and cheese. You can't mess up turkey.
Favorite Thanksgiving food? I would definitely say the stuffing. Put a little gravy on it, and mix it in with the turkey, and that's my favorite one.
Are you really gonna make me pick one?
Definitely gonna be the pie. I like apple pie, cherry pie, pecan pie is really good too. Mostly just like all the pies.
My mom makes a good broccoli and rice cheese casserole, and that's probably my favorite one in our house.
Oh man, macaroni and cheese. There's nothing like it. And my mom's candy yams. She does like this homemade candy yams, and they're like so sweet. So every time during Thanksgiving, I have a plate with nothing but candy yams and macaroni and cheese by itself.
My grandma's dressing, she put chicken gizzards in it and turkey. Oh man, it was so unhealthy, but so good. So good. A little gravy. Grandma, I'm gonna get the recipe for you.
Jaguars Weekend is presented in part by TIAA Bank, created to serve, built to perform, and Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save.
Work up with those guys and finish them. When they feel you coming off, just make sure we go and finish them, and we're going to get the extra 2-3 like we've always done. But that was a good start, okay? All right? Get after them now. You can physical this team, okay? Good job.
The former offensive line coach spending time with a banged-up line. The Jaguars finished the game against the Steelers with only 2 starters from Week 1, healthy and able to play. Welcome back to TIAA Bank Jaguars Weekend. I'm Ashlyn Sullivan. The Jaguars have beaten a rookie quarterback already this season, taking down Sam Darnold and the Jets. However, they shouldn't overlook the talent of Bills quarterback Josh Allen. The Bills' offense has star power with Kelvin Benjamin and LaShawn McCoy. Once again, the Jaguars' defense will be expected to play at a high level to get it done in Buffalo. Let's hear what Doug Marrone and Jeff Loggeman think of the Bills in the Cadillac Film Room.
Doug, you guys have a great challenge this week going to play the Buffalo Bills, and they've got an offense that's had a hard time trying to find a way to score points. Your offense is trying to find a way to score points. What's the most important thing going forward to score points as an offense?
Well, I think, again, it's the explosive plays. You know, we had a couple explosive plays last week in the run game, and we got to create some more explosive plays in the pass game. You know, being able to, when we look back and when we do score and we do play well, you know, there's always at least one explosive play in those drives to do it. And, you know, that comes with consistency also, you know, being able to keep yourself in manageable third down, staying on the field, but also being able to take those shots.
A question for you, because this is a philosophy question for me. 2nd and 1. How do you view that down? For me, I kind of view it as a free down and an opportunity to take a deep shot. Is that kind of the mindset also of you?
When you feel good about your running game and you're being consistent offensively, meaning that you've shown that you're able to move the ball, I think a lot of people will look at that down as, hey, we can take a shot here. As a some people will call them a waste down, and then you come back on 3rd and 1. Sometimes when you're struggling a little bit or you're not feeling really good about things and you want to get yourself going, you want to go ahead and get that first down and get another set of downs to get after it again.
All right, well, this Buffalo defense, this linebacker that they got from Virginia Tech, and I'm not a Virginia Tech fan, okay?
I know that.
But this guy is a tremendous player, Tremaine Edwards.
He really is. I mean, we looked at him obviously coming out of college, and he's a guy. I wound up, I was with Miami with his dad, Farrell Edmonds, who was a tight end, who was another great athlete, and you can see here, he's really good downhill, powerful player, can run through blocks, has a good nose for the football, real good instinct, real long, so in the pass game, he takes up a lot of space because he has a good wingspan and things of that nature. But he's really playing well for him.
Boy, and he's young, a really young player. And as a group, they're playing good on defense. A very good team defense and run defense here. And Jerry Hughes on the outside is an underside defensive end, but he does a really good job here of holding the point, coming off and making a hair tackle.
Yeah, and we had Jerry, obviously when I was there in Buffalo, we had gotten him from Indianapolis where, he was a first-round pick and wasn't playing well. He came into Buffalo and he did an outstanding job. And he continues, he's one of those guys, he works extremely hard at his craft. He's real explosive up the field. He has the knack to strip sack. He can hold a point. He's a very good tackler, and obviously he can make a lot of football plays.
Their head coach is a defensive-minded guy, and obviously has earned his stripes on defense. Probably going to be a challenge for you guys with him being that kind of a mind.
Well, it'll be a challenge. I mean, last year when we played them in the playoff game, obviously it was a big challenge for us. They're strong, they're aggressive, they're downhill. They're a bend, not break type defense, meaning that you're going to have to earn everything against them. So it is going to be a great challenge for us on offense.
All right, best of luck, Doug.
Great. Thank you, Jeff.
Thanks, Jeff. It's going to be a cold one. We're on the road again this week, heading to Buffalo. Let's see what this locker room knows about the city with Jaguars FAQ.
Tyler Shatley, are you ready to play the Jaguars trivia game that's sweeping the nation? Jaguars FAQ.
Absolutely. I'm always ready. Let's do it.
What famous sports bar food was created in Buffalo?
Buffalo chicken? Chicken wings.
What kind of chicken wings?
Buffalo.
Wings?
What kind of wings?
Buffalo wings.
There we go. What national landmark is just north of Buffalo?
Niagara Falls. That's a landmark.
Niagara Falls.
Wow, all right. It's water. That falls.
Oh, Niagara Falls?
Was that too easy of a clue?
It definitely was too easy, but I was confused from the beginning, not gonna lie.
Who scored the only touchdown in the wild card game versus the Bills last year?
Right here.
Oh, yeah.
That was an easy one.
Here.
In Koyak. Oh, Koyak.
This singer with songs like Super Freak grew up in Buffalo.
I know the song. I'm singing it in my head. Hold on, let me get it right.
You can't think who sings it, can you?
Rick James?
Are you getting help?
No, we would never do that.
Super Freak? Super Freak?
Keep going. MC Hammer?
Rick James.
There we go.
Oh, there we go. Rick James?
There we go.
I wanted to say something after that. I can't.
All right, thanks for playing.
Yeah,
you did great.
You.
There's still more to come on TIAA Bank Jaguars Weekend. Up next, we spread some holiday cheer with the Jags cornerback and learn how to make a Buffalo classic with game day grub.
Take you a seat, big dog. Woo! Did you see that? Special, bro. Damn. Special. I feel bad for doubting them, boy. When I saw the first replay.
Avery Jones celebrating an unreal day for Jalen Ramsey against the Steelers. Ramsey is the only player in the NFL to post 8 tackles and 2 interceptions in a game this season. Want to hear more in-game reaction from the players? Check out the Mic'd Up features weekly on Jaguars.com. Welcome back to TIAA Bank Jaguars Weekend. I'm Ashlyn Sullivan. We know Jalen Ramsey is an exciting playmaker who backs up the trash talking when he steps on the field on Sundays. What we didn't know is the passion he has for helping the youth in Jacksonville. This week's Baptist Health feature takes us to the Boys and Girls Club, where the Pro Bowlers spend some time before Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. The holiday of giving. Jaguars cornerback Jalen Ramsey spent an afternoon with the Boys and Girls Club of Northeast Florida, where he provided 20 families with a full Thanksgiving meal.
Oh man, got it. Got it. This one a little heavy too.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
While growing up in Tennessee, Ramsey and his family members benefited greatly from being involved with the Boys and Girls Club. It's now come full circle for Ramsey, who wants to do all he can to help.
I was once in the Boys and Girls Club, like at a young age, me and my brother and my cousin. It's somewhere that the kids can go and, you know, they have an environment, a good environment to be in. They can, you know, even learn a little bit more and they can stay out of trouble. And my dad's been working with them for a while back home, and I just wanted to bring that here to Jacksonville as well. So I've been working with them for a little while now, and I just wanted to keep it going this year.
What's up?
Good fit yesterday.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
God bless you.
God bless you as well.
You look better in person.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Ramsey credits his parents for raising him to be the influential person he is today on and off the field. But thanks the Boys and Girls Club for being a place where he always felt safe.
I mean, my parents did an amazing job at, you know, raising me and my brother. But yeah, that was just a little extra, I guess you could say. You know, when they were working, out there working hard, we had somewhere to go, felt safe, we could learn, we could have fun, we could make new friends, just stay out of trouble.
The Ramsey family is excited to spend their first Thanksgiving with their newborn daughter, Breland, this year. Jalen wanted to make sure these families have the chance to find joy on their Thanksgiving Day.
Happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
For Jaguars.com, I'm Ashlyn Sullivan.
Jalen Ramsey making plays on and off the field. In the spirit of Buffalo Bills Week, let's head into the kitchen with Game Day Grub and cook up some buffalo chicken flatbread.
For the full recipe and information about natural gas and available energy conservation rebates, visit peoplesgas.com/cooking. Stay tuned, we have more for you on TIAA Bank Jaguars Weekend. The keys to breaking this losing streak are next.
You got to find a way, you know, that's going to happen in the NFL. You're going to lose guys, you're going to have guys get hurt, and, you know, you got to be able to have guys that can plug in and play and continue to find ways to win football games, and we've struggled doing that. So, you know, I have no idea, you know, what they're thinking or what they're going to do. You know, I know we got 6 more chances to try and persuade them one way or the other.
Despite his performance against the Steelers, Blake Bortles will be the starting quarterback this week against the Bills. Joined again by Brian and John up here at Leslie's Pools. We talked to Nathaniel Hackett this week, the offensive coordinator, and he said that Blake Bortles had to play a more aggressive style of football, but it's also a fine line when you have to protect the football, and he did that against the Steelers.
Well, that's usually the case with a struggling quarterback. You don't want to turn the ball over, because if you turn the ball over, especially with these guys, you take any chance of winning out of the equation. At the same time, in this league right now, Brian, if you don't take at least some chances, if you don't throw the ball downfield, you completely limit yourself. So it's the line that a lot of struggling quarterbacks walk.
Is he
It's
struggling,
Blake's line.
I mean, he played pretty well in Indianapolis, and he didn't throw the ball all over the place.
No, but I mean, he's struggling with confidence a little bit, as you would expect, and he's struggling to put up the numbers that you need in this league right now to win.
I just think that's the way he plays the game.
Sure.
And I think you know, there's enough struggling around him, the offensive line with the injuries, the receivers who are sometimes open, sometimes not. Leonard Fournette, who missed a chance at the end of the game just to sidestep Bud Dupree and pick up the first down. I just hate to put struggling on him because, you know, he's 68% of his passes in Indy, and he put him in a chance to win.
No doubt.
I just think it's too easy, and I think the casual fan just, well, it's Blake. Okay, well, maybe you can't run the kind of offense that you want because he's not that kind of a quarterback. That makes sense. But in terms of the last 2 weeks, I didn't feel like it was on him.
Right, a lot of things have to get better, that's for sure. Let's look forward to Sunday. This 3-7 Buffalo Bills team. At the beginning of the season, you said, oh yeah, this is an automatic win. But you can't overlook this team right now.
No, and I don't think they're going to overlook them. But they've got a rookie quarterback who hasn't made a start since October 14th. Now, all you need to know about him is that he took a team into Minnesota. We saw that Vikings team. We know what the expectations were, right? And pounded them. Now they had some turnovers, but he took advantage. Threw a touchdown, ran for 2 more. I mean, looked like Ronaldo Nehemiah leaping over defenders at one point in the game. He's a talented guy. He can make all the throws. They don't have a complete team. The Jaguars should win this if they can take care of the mobile quarterback.
Jaguars' last win came against a rookie quarterback, Sam Darnold. When you have a defense like this and you're playing a young quarterback, this is what you're built to win. These are supposed to be the ones that you sort of stack up. It sounds silly because right now when you've lost 6 games, you're not stacking anything up. But this is the matchup they ought to win. You ought to be able to create a turnover to get the offense in position to do it.
All right, well, let's see if this Jaguars team can get a win. Thank you for tuning in to this week's TIAA Bank Jaguars Weekend. We'll see you next week.